On this episode of Heartbroke, military med student Kathryn budgets every last penny.
Our finances right now are pretty turbulent.
But her fiancé doesn't even like to think about money.
Finances were just a mystery. We can afford what we afford.
What are your thoughts about your future?
I don't really think about it that much.
What could possibly go wrong?
I have been so lucky to never have to worry. And so, falling in love with someone and watching them choose between food and medical expenses is hard.
This is a show about love, money, and the difficult stuff that happens in between. We're giving couples a financial game plan to solve their challenges. But will they be able to make things work after 6 weeks? Or will the trial prove too testing?
I'm Kathryn, I'm 25 years old.
I'm Ibrahim, and I'm 27.
We met 7 years ago in Jordan. I was there studying Arabic for the military.
I was studying Arabic for school, for my degree.
I'm a first-year medical student attending school on an Army military scholarship, and I'm currently the rank of a second lieutenant.
I work at an accounting firm, but hopefully soon I'll be doing something more with my degree in Arabic.
Our finances right now are pretty turbulent. We just moved. I just started medical school. For my job, I make about $36,000 a year.
And for my job, I make about $30,000 a year. I have about $8,000 in student debt. Our fixed expenses comes out to $50,000 a year.
And I'm excited because we're getting married. Just the best way to
Well, I'm excited that we're getting married too.
Right, but for finances, I'm excited to figure out how to merge our finances the best way.
Yeah. But it causes tension. I think we have some philosophical disagreements on how we use money.
And I have to say, I saw a lot of things that I really liked just before we met.
That's surprising.
So I am excited to get to know you. So what brought you to California?
I got into medical school. I love it. It's very hard though.
Yeah. And so how about you? You finished school with your degree in Middle Eastern Studies. What are your plans for what you'd like to do with that degree?
I work at an accounting firm as a front desk reception. But what I would like to do with my degree is I like to work with people. I like to use my language skill that I learned. Some nonprofit organization, something like that.
With your relationship right now, is there anything that, is something that you're thinking about as you start to plan your future together?
Like he has some debts. Is, what we should do with our money. Is that the first thing we should pay off?
Do you know your credit score now?
650. There was a medical bill that I forgot that I hadn't paid all the way. It went to collections for a while.
But I noticed that you do keep a budget, which I like to see. Is that something you've always done?
I mean, she has.
How about you?
I've not really kept like a very detailed budget. I always assumed this was true for everybody. Finances were just a mystery. Like, we can afford what we afford, and this is what is normal, you know what I mean? As like a kid, I don't know the details of the financial hardships of my parents, but I know that they were there. But they've always managed.
Do you see eye to eye? Are you on the same page about how you want to, manage your finances?
I would just say that I have always had this really good relationship with money because I was very fortunate growing up, and I'm a planner. I like order.
However that happened, she's very regiment.
I really like an Excel sheet. I would do weekly meetings with budgets. I mean, I do daily.
That makes me want to gag.
Right, and I just know I have a different. Yeah, please.
You're trying to say that sometimes you think that you might be overbearing.
Right.
On the topic of finances.
It's okay to not have a detailed budget, especially when you're getting out of school or you're working jobs like that. But as you start to want to build wealth, I think that can be really, really important, even if it's just a basic budget, to have that awareness.
So it seems like you're on track as far as at least knowing what you want to do and how to achieve it. Have you always been a goal-oriented person, or is this something that
I have been? I'm very like my mom, for better or for worse. She was the same way.
Has that ever caused any issues or any stress in your relationship?
Sometimes it caused a little bit of tension. I just always have to remind myself that his path is a lot different.
Do you think that you make 50-50 financial decisions?
I make 95% of the decisions. But also, now that he has a more stable income, I think that we can also just make more of the decisions 50-50.
Him getting a full-time job, how did that feel for you?
I thought that he was going to be able to find a job really quickly. So when he looked for 6 weeks and just didn't get something It was really stressful, hard, and we noticed in our relationship too, because I think it's hard when I perceived myself working from 6 a.m. to midnight every day, and he's trying to apply for jobs and just always in the home.
What do you think Ibrahim's relationship with money is like? I know yours, but what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, you're actually gonna probably make me cry, which is so embarrassing. I think that I have been so lucky to never have to worry about which bill I pay. And so, you know, falling in love with someone and watching them choose between food and medical expenses is hard. I just want him to, like, feel comfortable with money. Oh, gosh. Okay.
No, it can be so difficult. And I know that working together with you can really provide a huge benefit as far as what's possible because you can see it.
Yeah.
So I was just able to have a conversation with Kathryn. She's a pretty impressive and determined woman.
She's got everything planned out years in advance, and me, not so much.
Why do you feel that you maybe approach money in a laid back, see what happens kind of way?
I just get stressed when I think about money. When I look at my bank account, I'm gonna have enough money to pay rent, but I just don't want to look at it further.
What are your thoughts about your future as far as your finances are concerned?
I don't really think about it that much. Like, if I'm being honest, the way that I think about money is I have a job and I'm able to pay all the stuff that I need to pay. I just kind of just live in that moment.
So if you're living in the moment, who do you think will take care of future you?
Well, and see, I don't want to be rude and just assume that that's going to be Kathryn. I do have to plan for myself in the future, and Kathryn in the future, and Kathryn now, and she has to do the same. Life would be simpler for me if my particular career path had a schedule, a route.
There's a lot of rich people that look at their bank accounts and still feel stressed. You could start to feel better about it right now if you wanted to. That is your choice. Okay?
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for letting me come into your home and speak with you today about your finances. I have a few tips for both of you that I think will be helpful. You mentioned, Ibrahim, that money is inherently stressful. So whenever we have those thoughts that are negative, it's really hard for us to spend a lot of our time and attention on it because we want to find things that make us feel better, that we enjoy more. Just to take that negative connotation off of it, I want you to start to track your new income, plus the expenses you have. I think that'll be helpful for you to start to see what he can save. And then you two as a couple can decide what's the best use for the money. I know you're doing this already, but I think you have your income coming in now. And I think getting those habits in place will be good, especially if you start to have a regular income again. Once you get used to your pay, I'd like for you to set a savings goal. I think as you start to see money growing in your savings account, I think that's also going to reduce the amount of financial stress you feel. What do you think would be a reasonable amount that you could save each week?
Like between $100 and $200?
I'm going to definitely check back in and see if that happens.
Okay.
All right. So how have things been going since we last met?
Well, good.
How about your thoughts about money in general? How has it felt for you so far now that you've been focusing on it?
We just kind of started combining our finances. I feel like that's taken away a lot of the stress about it.
Once I spend money, I just add it into the Excel sheet, but he likes to do it once a week. So we just scroll through the statement and I see what he purchased and then we kind of add.
Is it working for you to have those check-ins with him and to have the shared account?
I think I noticed that we just don't have as tense of a relationship together towards money.
So Ibrahim, now that you're making a consistent income, are you able to save money yourself and put some aside?
Yeah.
So how does it feel to be able to put money in the bank account and kind of have it start to grow?
It's great. Now I look at my bank account, I have thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And so I just leave it there. Then we can have conversations about what to do with the money.
You definitely don't have to become him. And you do not have to become her when it comes to budgeting. But I think now that you're just on the right track, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been good.
So I want to show you the financial plan that I've done. And I use a program that kind of allows me to show you a little bit more about what could happen in the future based on the information that we have right now. This is an e-money system. It's a financial planning system that I use with all of my clients. This red line here is going to be your expenses. The blue down here is income. So both of your incomes are gonna be super important. So Ibrahim, if you always kind of can make, close to that 35,000 and shoot for that money goal, even if you change jobs or whatever happens, I think that can really keep things going, at least until we get to that graduation date.
Yeah, I'm a pivotal role player.
You are, sweetheart. When you get your job as a doctor, you can really start to plan your income. And it's really a nice picture here because you have plenty saved if you keep up your good habits. I have no question that you will always keep track of where your money is. And then for you, I have a lot of faith that even if you start making $50,000, $60,000 a year, 80,000, you're just going to be like, we'll be okay.
I just need it comfortable. I just want to be comfortable.
Just kind of keep up what you're doing, and I think things look really great for your financial future.
That's great.
Yes, thanks for everything.
All right, well, thank you so much. And please keep in touch if you have any more questions.
Okay,
Thanks.
All right, bye.
Have a good one. Yeah, I don't know if you saw on her little program, but on the bottom it said probability of success, 100%.
I saw that too.
As long as I have you.
Yeah, you wanna go get something to eat?
What is our food budget?
We actually only have like $10 left for this month.
And then we'll get burgers.
Right, we're good.
Okay, good.